Hello, everyone. This is Enzo Eigen, the Alliance for Loki. And I have been meaning to put out the war videos from season 59. And so here they are, but I'm not going to show you all hour of this, maybe even longer. Let's just choose some selected fights. So let's start off with war number one. So war number one, I had Medusa, I had Prowler, and Emma Frost. And so the really cool thing about Emma was she can take this. We'll just skip this. You can take this fight right here. So this is node 15, and you get this exhaustion debuff on you every time you do a critical hit, I think, or something. And so you get a lot of them on there. But Emma, luckily, she in her diamond form is immune to exhaustions, and so that's great. And so I actually did this fight 3 times this season and have won all 3. This is the first time I did it, so I was really worried about this fight, needless to say. And this fight didn't go perfectly. Here I probably should have thrown my special one faster because that gets me into my form quicker. But yeah, I mean, it's just a long, slow fight. It's a rank 4, so I am punching up 1 level, and here I am again getting a bunch of exhaustions and a petrify, which really scared me. So the problem is I'm not immune to petrified in diamond form, so I have to get to my 10-hit combo. It's fine. I mean, he's like a few percentage points below me, so it's not great. I use my relic there. And again, I have exhaustion on, and I got another petrify. And I think here's where I made a huge mistake. Yeah, I got hit. So the petrify is still on me. I need to make another 10 combo, and my relic is down to get rid of that. And yeah, it's like super scary right here. And then I get another petrify on me, so I have 2. And so he's just eating my health. So here I'm actually below him quite a bit. And just trying to quickly, of course, I'm at 19 hits there, which is really unfortunate, but then I get to 20 hits. Okay, so now I've gotten rid of all the debuffs on me. And yep, here comes another petrify. And I think I timed this one much better with a good use of my relic. And so that actually ends up being, I think, the most complicated part of this fight is watching out for his intimidating debuffs that he puts on you, because those obviously do massive damage. And so it's a really cool fight. I really love using Emma. She's so cool and really good for this node. You can see things are getting dicey here because, yeah, I mean, it's just not throwing a special. I'm sort of accidentally parried him too many times, and you know, it's yeah, just I'm close to dying. It would be easy to die if I made a mistake, which is true in every war fight. Just happens to be a long one. And so yeah, I'm getting super close here. I thought about going for it, but then I decided not to. Block him a bunch of times for some unknown reason, and then I go for it, hoping I'd kill him, and luckily I do. So yeah, we had that fight, as I said, 3 times, and I had better ones because I figured out how to play it a little more efficiently, but that was not bad for the first time, and great to see Emma in war. Okay, I think that's all for this war. So this is war 1. That's by far the most interesting fight on this. Yeah, everything else, a scary arcade fight in this one, and then a pretty straightforward Prowler fight. So, okay, on to the next war. So next war, this is war number 2. We won war number 1. War number 2, I think again, I'm going with Emma. There's Emma, Human Torch, and Wiccan. And like Human Torch melts Diablo. There's the same Void fight again. And here's an interesting fight. This is one of my deaths. I guess I'm spoiling it. But so this is Emma on this hazard shift node. But she's immune. It's like poison cold snap. Of course, she's immune to both these. So I'm trying to do the same thing where I'm just playing just trying to stay in my form, and I'm baiting out his SP2s. And so I need to dex them. I practiced dexing them. You can see there I dex them amazingly. So it doesn't feel so easy to dex his SP2. This is the one also where it's like the power focus, where he quickly gets to an SP2 and then not so quick above it. So I probably should have been hitting him more. Goes unblockable. I was sort of prepared for that. There I missed the dex. I had the indestructible on, so obviously I took the brunt of it. It's also good because I can't be stunned here too, because, Nova, he does like to stun you. He can auto-block you, I think 2 ways. He can auto-block you if you try to intercept him, and he can auto-block you if you stun him when he has over 75 charges, I believe. So again, Emma Frost is super good for this. Again, I get hit on the SP1. That's really bad. And this fight was going okay. I mean, it's in control. Again, don't have to worry about the hazard shift at all, which is really nice. Him gaining so much power is good because it really keeps me in diamond form all the time. So I almost don't have to wear it all. There, almost decks it, but I can deal with, like, getting hit by one or two of the last hits. But yeah, just chipping away at him, feeling really confident here, and just trying to do well. And then I make the huge mistake of trying to run in and intercept him when I had 2 bars of power, and I just get annihilated. So dumb. I had that fight. I really was upset by that death because I did that fight and I was so happy with it, and then I messed it up. The cleanup went fine. I mean, you can see that fight is very doable. This fight was really interesting. This is Wong. This is One-Eyed Open and Hazard Shift, Incinerate, and is it Incinerate and Shock? So I can't hit him on the shock. Of course, he's hard with one eye open because it's tough baiting out heavies because he likes to become unstoppable and it's heavy. It's hard. It's bleed and incinerate. So bleed is really bad for Human Torch because it makes it harder for him to gain his heat charges. So here I get back into the corner, but I just have to dex his specials. But his unstoppable lasted longer than I thought it was going to last. Trying to get some space, just throw my special there. And this is my rank 4 Human Torch, which I'm very glad he is rank 4 here. So you just block it, gain a bunch of here. I have to wait out again for him to throw a heavy, and then it's getting lots of power. So of course, when he charges his heavy too, he also gains power, which is annoying. But my goal right here is basically have him kill himself. He is putting more charges on me, more of my my smolders on every time he hits me. So yeah, that's all I'm doing. Okay, so here I hit while he's in bleed form. So I do take some bleed damage, but I finish it off. Just showing the power of Human Torch. I mean, even in a sort of a dicey fight, he more than completes it well. And then my final fight on this is my usual fight. I did this a few seasons ago. This is Wiccan versus Noel on 42. And I always start off trying to get my shield up because once he has 7 debuffs on, he's unblockable. But if I have my shield up, he is unblockable. And so this fight goes really well. I've done this fight a lot, but it's been a few seasons, I think, since I had to do this fight. And now he's just being placed again on it. But as long as I can keep that shield up and just play calm, it works. And so I'm a little worried about losing my shield here. And so, because I'm almost out of it. So I back up, get it on again, just sort of beat the timer here, throw my SP2. Really should be baiting out SP1s because they actually want him to get his form. His whatever that form is that he goes into, encroaching something. I can't remember what it's called. Corruption, because he puts a lot of, he put 15 incinerates on himself. Because all the armor breaks, I'm immune to armor breaks, they should put them on himself, become incinerates, because Wiccan puts incinerates on champions when they fail a buff or do an immunity like armor breaks. So great fight, and a little bit of foreshadowing that I take this fight again. Does not go quite as well. Okay, so that was War 2. On to War 3. So War 3, it's trying to download from the ether. I actually can't even remember what War 3 was. Okay, so there's the famous Emma Frost again. I'm taking my usual Void fight. This first fight is easy. It's just Deathless Thanos against Punisher 29.9. I do that Void fight again. I've gotten it pretty well mastered by this time. The second time was the best. This time goes all right. You can see I finished with 33%. Not great, but 30%, but okay. And now I'm back to this fight again. So this time I'm fighting the same Nova. I have Emma Frost on my team, and I think I was given permission to use Emma Frost. You can see I'm using my really big boosts. But instead, I go with Iceman. Like, Iceman is, again, perfect for this node because it's immune to poison and cold snap. So you take the hazard shift out of it. Still have to worry about his power focus, and I do have to worry about his stunning meat too, which I didn't have to do with Emma. And so when I was dueling it, I noticed that you can get stunned with Iceman if you're not careful. And so I was just cognizant of that. And so this fight, it goes. I actually don't know who. This fight is easier. I do succeed in it. I well, I will ruin it. But yeah, I don't know. I sort of like trying to do it with Emma again. I wish I'd tried to do it with Emma again, just because I think Emma, since I was using her for Void, it's nice if you can do a champion for 2 spots. Just means I could look at that Dex in the SP2. It got better at that, was practicing it. I mean, I feel like Emma, yeah, again, if I can use her to 2 fights, it just means it gives me more roster flexibility for other fights. Okay, there's a big SP2. That's the big difference. And I don't quite get the Dex of the last part of the special 2, but that's all right. Calls me 1 hit of my indestructible. But yeah, the big thing is this SP2, and with the mutant boost on, I mean, I think that's sort of the biggest part. That one didn't crit, didn't do nearly as much damage, but it's okay. Another nice Dex of the SP2. And there's the SB1, which I don't Dex, which is ridiculous. I think SB1 should be really easy to Dex. And just trying to build up to another SB2. And of course, he's hard to... sometimes I can reparry him. I don't know if I was not trying to reparry him, or if I just was... And there it is. So yeah, I mean, Iceman definitely superior to Emma. Emma can do it, but Iceman, obviously much better, much safer, much quicker. And yeah, aside from the stuns... this next fight goes fine with Iceman 2. It's against, it's the one I open. Just basically lots of him hitting to my block, and just me being careful about pushing him to a 3rd bar power. Okay, and that's it for this war. Okay, on to the next war. Next war, this might have been the Disaster Wars. See, this is War 4 now. Oops, so let's see who we're going in with. We're going in with Wiccan. I-Bomb is making an appearance, and the leader, and so... first fight is easy. Second fight, okay, so this is a good fight. So this is leader versus Nico. So Nico can be a really strong defender. The thing about leader is he's immune to poison, and that's the one thing I feel like it's really important to have against Nico, is someone who's immune to poison. So this one also has it's masochism. So if I parry her, she'll make that a regen, and if she has regen, she goes unstoppable. It's another part of the node. So basically, my goal was not to parry her, and I felt like the SP2 was a little better to deal with. I just have to basically block those, and then I can counter it really easily. The SP1, she goes invisible, which is a little more, it's not difficult to deal with, it just slows everything down. 1, because if you're baiting SP1s, you're baiting them more often, and 2, then you have to wait out her invisibility. And this one, he can really easily punish. And so, yeah, that was my plan. I'm starting to use leader more, and I didn't realize how super powerful his SP3 is. And I'll show you another fight later on where I use the SP3 leader, and you can see what a huge difference. So this is against Lizer, my really, really good friend from LVT. She was in For Loki. And yeah, she was amazing to play with. She was part of that amazing BG3 group where it had so many of my still great friends in it. But you can see this fight has taken a long time because, it's just, even though she's only a 6-star. So if this was a rank 4, 7-star, yeah, I guess you'd be fine with time. I really would want to use the SP3 strategy. Also need to figure out how to use the green door a little more with him. I'm not even really sure quite how the green door works. It's a little tough because it's in the center and you're not always there with your spacing. But I think if she has to be standing on it when it opens, and then you get a bunch of really nice bonuses. And if you could SP3 while the green door is open, I think you get even more nice bonuses. So my leader play, I was watching BM McGee's video on her. Did you see all that extra damage she was taking because she was standing the green door? Very nice. So yeah, that's I need to become a better leader player. I need to become the BMXC of BG3. So he put a really nice video out there. So okay, fine. That was that fight, leader. And then Venom just crushed him with Wiccan. It wasn't I must have gotten hit there. This was I-Bomb versus Man-Thing. I won't do this whole fight. It was really straightforward. This node is annoying because you can only do 2-hit combos because of the they put a disintegration on you and safeguard too. But actually I-Bomb's pretty good. The poison he puts on this is great, and then we can get your big SP2 off and start doing the acid wash genes. Then yeah, you do a lot of damage and it makes this fight make this fight go faster, but overall it's a pretty simple fight. And then here comes the big disaster, the big, huge disaster. Can't believe what a big disaster this was. Okay, so we've seen this fight already. You see, I've done it a lot. I've died before on it, but mostly I've done well. And so I always want to go back and get my spell on, but you can see he's not cooperating. He's like marching forward. And I thought I would get my spell, but I didn't. He hit me right before my spell activated, and now I'm like back against the wall in huge trouble. And I didn't realize my SP1 would put on the spell. The spell is on. I thought it was not on. And so I let him back me in the corner, get hit by the heavy. And yeah, he's go get to an SP3, and well, that's the end. And so I died here, and then I go back in, and I die again. And so more or less the same way. No, actually, I sort of was flustered by this fight, and I died a second time. I think the second death is just as gruesome. Yeah, I don't think it's anything worth watching. It's like I do a little better, but I just don't play it well. And so at this point, we were instructing for Loki to stop. I lose my indestructibles in this one. I always sort of use this fight, and I try to keep my indestructibles on because the indestructibles are really important so I can tank SP3s. And somewhere I lost them. So I get cornered, and yeah, I don't know why I would decide to make him go for an SP3. Maybe it's because of the power gain. Yeah, I can't remember. There it is. But I think I die here. Yeah, at some point I got hit and lost it. And so, of course, I say stop. Like, if we get 2 deaths, we always stop. Trevor showed me the technique of using a Power Star 1. Oh, I'm still alive. What do you know? I survived it. Oh, maybe it's the Power Stings. Yeah, they do a lot of damage. Yeah, this fight just was terrible. And yeah, I didn't get a bunch of maybe he did an SP3 earlier on, and terrible. The whole fight was terrible. I just was playing terrible. I'd gotten so flustered from my first death that I think I let it affect me. But Trevor showed me that if you do a PS1 start, then you just sort of dash back, try to put on your shield, and it doesn't matter if you can or not, because when he attacks you, as soon as you launch your SP1, then he, this is the wrap up of that maybe. Okay, so that's my second and third death of Alliance War. On to this war. This is 5, I think. Okay, war number 5. Whoops, oh, maybe this is opening evolutionary crystals. It is, okay. This is not what we wanted to show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I'm missing a war. I might be. Is this the one I just showed with Wiccan? Yes. Okay, maybe I didn't put today's war in. There's a war where I fight against Bastion. No, this is today's war. Okay, I owe you 1 war. But anyway, let's look at this war. Actually, the middle war probably is not exciting, but this one's sort of exciting because I get to fight High Evolutionary. And so I'm going in with Warlock. This is node 1, so is it anytime I dash back? No, it's anytime I'm close to him for like 0.5 seconds, he gets a regen. And so Warlock seems pretty good. The thing about High Evolutionary that is scary is, of course, we can get through all this nonsense, is, of course, he puts on that detonation on me. And so he does that when you gain a bar of power, and then he has like 50 of his charges. So you see he has 19. So my strategy in this, thank you, Clown and Trevor, is medium lights, heavy, and then medium lights. Because that prevents the auto block from happening, and of course the mediums put on a bleed, and there I make a big mistake and get auto block. But his auto block actually is not too hard to deal with. And of course, once he's bleeding, then he's degenning because of my infection, and so you can see this fight goes pretty well. Actually, let's hold on right there. You see right there, I had the combat detonation. I would say probably one of the most, let's see if we can see where it got put on. One of the most important things about playing High Evolutionary is dealing with the combat detonation. So you need to do 16 hits in 18 seconds. And it's a little hard. You can see it's slow. So there it is right there. I gained a bar of power. He had 15 charges, and you can see it's counting down. I have 13 hits here. And I would say the most important thing is to have an SP2 if you're using Warlock, because watch how many hits I can do with it. Boom, 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 gone. You do 10 hits with Warlock's SP2. And so having the tech boost on was critical, and just sort of like being aware. I don't know how too aware I was of it until it happened, but luckily I was close enough to an SP2 that I could do it, and so that went well. The next fight, I was talking about leader. Here's a great example of a leader fight. This is a rank 4 Sasquatch. So remember, it was only a 6-star Nico I was fighting, and I I beat her, but it took a long time, and against a champion who's much different from rank 4 7-star. And so yeah, my goal now is I've learned about the power of the SP3. So the SP3 puts a huge degen on. And if I can have him stand on the open door, even better. Again, not going to parry him just because of the masochism node. But yeah, I'm trying to use the green door a little better. To be really good at the green door, I think you're supposed to backdraft intercept off of them. Way too risky in war for me to even consider trying that, but trying to hold him on a little bit, hoping that does something. Okay, now I'm at him SP3. Bait out the SP1, green door almost open. I was hoping to get him on the green door just because, again, I thought maybe that would be good. So he's on the green door. I don't think I get the benefits of it. Maybe it hadn't opened yet. I need to read. I need to read exactly how leader works. So anyway, here's the SP3, and watch this degen. It's at 77%. So even that does. Look at that degen, ticking for 4,000 points. So what was that? 77%. And that degen is doing so much damage. Crazy. And this is just a rank 3 leader. And the degen's almost finished. What was he? 77. So he loses 30% of his health from that SP3. So huge. Oh, actually, it did work. Look at all those furies I had. So I don't know if you saw it, but up in the corner I had a bunch of furies. That's because he was on the green door when it was open, and I threw my SP3. And so hooray! I actually used the green door correctly. I can't believe it. Okay, just trying to get to my SP3. Now I don't think I'm too worried about the green door this time, though it is about to open again. But I think I just want to get my SP3. And maybe that's why I did so much damage. Let's see if it does as much damage if he's not on the door. Okay, so he's at 31%. So, ideally this should kill him because the last one did more than 30% damage. I think it did technically 31%, but that was before this hit. So 5%, and oh yeah, still taking 4,000 damage. I got 20. Maybe I always get furious. I don't know. But anyway, it's ticking down. He's losing his health. He's dying. And there it is. He's dead. So yeah, leader. I'm getting more and more respect for the leader all the time. Feel like he's an amazing champion. The last thing I want to show you in my war fights from this season is my follow-up Warlock fight, only because it is interesting. So it's my Medusa against Warlock, but this is my Warlock against Mr. Sinister. Now, if you notice that Warlock has these crossfight, I got 3 devolve, because that means I had 3 debuffs on when I finished fighting the High Evolutionary. It says reduces attack, armor, critical resistance, block penetration, combat power rate. I was like, woohoo, that sounds terrible. So I thought I wouldn't be gaining any power. Punching up, this is rank 4, Mr. Sinister, and this is the one, combat Deja Vu, where I can only hit him medium lights, else I get disintegration on myself, which would be terrible. And I can't heavy him because I don't want to put a bleed. So I was a little worried about this fight because I thought maybe it'd be slow and maybe I'd be really affected. So I have a PS1 on. I want to get to my SP2 as quickly as possible. To be honest, it looks like I'm gaining power okay. And if you look at this is with the power back boost. That looked okay too. So I don't think the devolves are really hurting me that much. And I don't think I'm getting any willpower healing off of them. I mean, I'm at 99%. So maybe they don't give you willpower. Oh no, he's a robot. He doesn't give you willpower healing. I was like, oh, what's going on? And then I forgot he's a robot. Maybe it doesn't affect robots. I don't know. But anyway, there it is. And so the devolves don't seem to have a huge effect. They are cute to look at, that's for sure. And maybe if you were a non-robot, you would be getting a nice willpower regen through the whole time. There, I do a nice relic into SP2, get some good power. And so, yeah, this fight goes great. And the devolves, I don't think they hurt me or did much. It'd be hard. I mean, I'm sort of going just by thought, but just watching my SP2 and how much power I gain off of the power back, it seems about right. Maybe because I almost gain a bar of power. you maybe gain like 75% of a bar power. Maybe we'll go back and look. I win this fight. And let's go back and look at when we're doing the high evolutionary. I'm just curious what the high evolutionary is like when I hit him with my SB2 and my power back. Again, it's a little hard to judge just because he is like only a 6-star, so I'm going to do a greater amount of damage. No, I gain about the same. And there's a cap now. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe because it reaches the cap, it doesn't affect it. It's hard to tell if they really had too much an effect on me. I was worried about them, that's for sure. But anyway, that's been my war season so far. Hope you enjoyed the selection fight. Really enjoy them. Have a lot of really cool, interesting fights this season. I have had 3 deaths, which I'm pretty unhappy about. Like the one Emma Frost death I can live with, but even that death, that shouldn't have happened. The Wiccan versus Null fight, I mean, yeah, I feel like maybe 1 death. So yeah, I feel like I've done okay this season. Would like to be deathless, or at least only 1 death, but c'est la vie. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be making more Alliance War videos for the rest of this season. Now I'm back in Switzerland, and yeah, I hope you watch them. I hope you enjoy this. See you next video. I'll be live in about 30 minutes, so come join me if you're around. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.